Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fanny Ibrahim, and in this occasion, I will express my opinion about deciding to get married young. In modern era like now, many teenagers in Indonesia decide to marry young, in their early 20 years old and even under 20 years old. Many teenagers in Indonesia have decided to get married young for a reason that already exists without consideration in negative and positive aspect. Indeed, there is nothing wrong with marriage at young age. Even the religion that I profess to advocate hastening to get married, but public who think that marrying at a young age is careless, or in my language is bondo nekat, because young people consider that they are will not physically ready, thinking and financial future. Besides, young marriage are vulnerable to divorce, depression, domestic violence, to causes suicide. Marriage at young, how come it's still young? What do you what do kids want to give them? And blah blah blah. So my neighbor said when I saw a young married child. What's wrong with young married anyway? Rather than never marriage. In my opinion, marriage at young or old both are same responsibility, because young people consider they are still not physically ready, thinking and financial future not ready. Besides, young marriage are vulnerable to divorce, depression, domestic violence, or to cause suicide. What's wrong with young marriage anyway, rather than never marriage? In my opinion, marriage at young or old have some responsibility, and they are both have a same responsibility, which is the responsible occur throughout the age. Maturity can't be determined by age, but maturity is determined by mental psychology factor, family factor, and what learning during life. People who decide to get married young are successful with their marriage, and some people fail. Failure in a marriage that is suspended by a mental is not ready, such as mature in thinking also fail. This is because human nature in unstable teenage phase. The concern the many problems of material failure at a young age. Ultimately, many doubt uh, about the success of marriage at a young. If I might tell, my friend was married at relatively young age. After graduating high school, she immediately decided to get married. Her husband is 19 years old, 2 years older than my friend. The wedding invitation is very simple, and also his reception. Unlike other girls who get mahar with large amounts of money, my friend's mahar counts around 300,000 um, until 1 million rupiah. And the mahar consists of the rings only at a time. The party is very easy to use even though it is accompanied by salawat and rebana. This is subject of ridicule by the people around them, from friends, neighbors, and public to their own relatives who said don't have anything in why get married. The next time their marriage will be finally divorced. Oh no. At the beginning of the marriage, she asked for her parents. They lived in a small house from her parents and stay at home. There is no TV, table, or a chair. His husband also works daily, and my friend selling clothes on social media. After 2 years of marriage compilation, I visit her house with my other friends during Eid Mubarak. My friend, we at the first underestimate because they were married at a young age and didn't have many financial. At the time, I saw surprisingly because in his house there is many property there. There are like a sofa, sideboard, cupboard, dining table, and everything in his house is very modern. And the last item, even in front of his house, is has a LCD car. Wow! I and my friends were amazed by the change. I thought maybe my friends and her husband were looking for money by pesugihan or owing money to the bank. But guess what? We were wrong. She told me that they had indeed agreed to marry at a young age, help work day, night, and without consent. The proceeds from their trade were used to daily needed, and the proceeds from her husband were used to save money by a decent living equipment without financial problem. In other words, they both success in finance managing. So, in conclusion, the success of marriage is not determined by age, but determined by own maturity in solving in problems. So those are what I can deliver to you at this moment. Thanks a lot for your attention, and I ask forgive for my mistakes. And let's I say, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.